Hey guys, welcome back to NCAA Talk Show. Today I'll be talking about my predictions for the Michigan and Ohio State game. I'm going to be straight up, I have Michigan winning. Michigan didn't have the best game this weekend against Maryland, but I think they'll bounce back next week and get the win against Ohio State. J.J. McCarthy's having a really good season. Overall, Blake Corum's an amazing running back, and I think he'll be a big part of this game against Ohio State. Now on the Ohio State side, Kyle McCord is having a decent season for the Buckeyes. Marvin Harrison is being a really standout player for their team, especially for the wide receiver core. Trevion Henderson has been a strong running back all year long, same as Myron Williams when he gets a chance to play. Now for score prediction, it's really hard to say overall, but I would say maybe like a 24-21 game, maybe even as far as 31-21 Michigan, but I definitely have them winning from anywhere to 3 to 15 points, maybe 17 points. I'm sure Ohio State would like to get Kyle Stover and Julian Feldman more involved in the passing game as well this weekend. In the past few games, Ohio State has been playing really well, especially on the defensive side of the ball, allowing 3 points this weekend against Minnesota. The weekend before that, they also only gave up 3 points against Michigan State. Now for the winner of this game, they'll move on to the Big Ten Championship and play against Iowa. As everyone knows, Iowa is kind of a slugfest team with one of the better defenses in the country. Overall, it's still going to be an absolute slugfest. Ohio State or Michigan could both absolutely destroy Iowa into pieces. Iowa will most likely not score a point in the Big Ten Championship game, and their defense will not be strong enough to withhold either of these two explosive offenses. If for some reason Ohio State wins the big game this year, they will move on to the college football playoff and probably not do great. They'll probably be at the 2 seed from the college football playoff committee, and they will go up against most likely Washington. If Washington wins out, they'll most likely slide up into the 3 position, and Florida State or someone below that will come up to the 4. If for some reason Alabama would beat Georgia, I feel that Georgia would not even make the college football playoff. There are way too many undefeated teams to allow a one-loss team in this year. I know Jordan Travis got hurt yesterday, and that definitely hurts the Florida State team, but if they went out, there's no reason that they can't get the 4 spot. Now let's roll into college football playoff predictions overall from me. I feel like the committee will give the number 1 seed to Georgia this year. Despite their level of competition finishing out the season, I do think that they will get the number 1 seed this year. Michigan will get the 2 seed, especially after beating Ohio State, which is most likely going to happen. But, honestly, I really don't know. At the 3 seed, I have Washington. That's only if they beat Oregon, but I still do have Washington collecting the 3 seed this year. The 4 seed is kind of a toss-up based on how I've said things so far. Oregon would then have 2 losses, and then same with Alabama. So the next spot up is Florida State, and that's probably who would go. People outlook some of the undefeated teams. It's looking like Liberty may go undefeated this year, unless they don't have a great Conference USA Championship game against New Mexico State, but they'll easily win their last game this next week here coming up. James Madison had their first loss this season to Appalachian State in overtime. From the MAC, Toledo beat one of my teams, Bowling Green, 32-31 in a thriller to get them ranked. They were 10-1, and they are now ranked 23 in the nation for AP poll. That is all for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching. Until tomorrow.